Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you what is lists in Python. So I hope you're ready to learn what is lists. So let's just get back. Let's just get coding. Okay, so open your PyCharm and let's just create a new file. Alright, so what is list? Let's just get the concept first. List. Now suppose we have already known a val data which can contain a single value. What if you want multiple values, like a list of numbers, or like a multiple numbers in a data? What do you do? Just create number 1 equals 1, number 2 equals 2, number 3, and many more. But what if I set it to a list? Now, what if I set it to a list which contains these numbers? That would be a much better idea. So this is the concept of list in Python. Now list can contain infinite values. Unlike other programming language, array can contain a particular amount of value which is declared, but list can contain as many as you want. So let's just declare a list like this. So let's just declare a list. Let's take a variable and we're gonna set it to a list. Now if I print the type of the variable, we're gonna see it's a class list. Yes, which represents a class list. Alright. Now let me just put some multiple values here. So you can put it with comma. Lists can get any number of data. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can add it to like as many as you want. Now I'll just put like, you can actually put string as well as boolean and everything. Right. Now if I print the list, see, it's a list containing these all data. Let's just put it to 5 here. Now how about it you want to access this 1 as a first value. You need to access this 1. What would you do? So in this list, as you can see, these are called a list values and these are called index as well. Let's see, the position of the value 1 inside a list is called index, and it started with 0. Like, look, let me give you an example. Suppose you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the position of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 is at the position 0, 2 is at position 1, 3 is at position 2, 3, and 4. Now it started with 0 and end with 4. So these are the position of each list. Now it can be 5 and this. So every time the position of 5 here is 2, and also the position of 5 is also 4. Now if I want to access 1, we know the index of 1 is 0. So we're gonna put an arrow brackets here, and right in the middle of the arrow bracket, let's put 0. It will know what index to print. As you can see, it prints 1. Now how about it? I want to get number 1, it will return 2. Now how about it? I want to get the number 2 to 4. It's like 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now this will return 2 and 3, and now I'll say 4. This will return 2, 3, 4. Now if I say I want to print 1 and the rest, you're gonna do this. So it will start from 2 and end it. And now if I say I want to print with 3 and the previous all one, it presents 3 to 1. This is how simply list iterating works. Now I told you, with learning list, I'm gonna tell you a lots of things. I'm gonna tell you about for each as well. as details of our end statement. Okay, so we're gonna do this right now. Right. This is our list. There is some functions in our list. If I see the list functions, we got insert, append, sort, pop, clear, copy, count, extend, index, remove. How about you want to get the index of this value? How are we gonna do that? Just type lst.index 1. This will return 0. This is simply how you can return an index of a value in a list. Now there's one more thing, it's called Lsd.Sort. Now what this sort does, it just sorts out your list. Suppose I have 4 here and 3 here. Let's print lst. Run this program. See, it's 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. It's an unsorted list, which comes here and becomes a sorted list. And now I want to sort it with descending order. I'll say true. Oh, sorry about that. Reverse equals true. Now it will sort as a descending order. Now this is our sort function. There's one more function I'm going to show you, and I'll be showing you some functions here. Now here we got lst.append, which is used to append a value inside a list. Now if I say lst.append 6, they are going to append 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I just print it, just print. So it would show 1 to 5 as a default value, and after I add 6, they're gonna show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is simply how list append works. Now let's just show you how it is, how insert works. Now suppose I want to insert a value right here. I want to insert like 10 in the middle of 1 and 2. How would I do it? So it's simple. Now this 2 is at 0, 1 number position. I'll say at 1 number position, append 10. What it does, it's gonna put a 10 here and push the 2 at the right side. Now as you can see, it's 1, 10, 2, 4, 3, 5. And there's other functions as well. If I see lst.count function returns the length. Lst.count function is a parameter which is going to count the thing. Now let me show an example. Now if I put 4 here, now as you know, 4 is at 2 times in a list. So if I say lst.count 4, I say count 4, count. Now it will return true. If I say 1, it will return 1. If I say 0, it will return 0. If I say 111, it will return 0 because there's 0 times in a list. And this is simply how count method works. Next up, we got lst.clear. Now what clear lst does, it just removes all the value from that list. Next up, we have lst.remove, which removes a certain value from the list. Say I want to remove 4. As you can see, now there's a singular 4. Remove 1. No, there are no 1. Let's see one more. Lst dot, it's called the pop. Now there's also lst.reverse. Let's show you first this one. Now whenever you print lst.reverse, it will go to reverse your list. Like it was 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4. It will turn into 4, 5, 2, 4, 2, 1. Simply how it works. And the last function is I'm going to show you is the lsd.pop function. Now pop function is used to remove function used to delete a particular data from the list, but the pop function is used to delete the value what is the index in the list. Like the index containing that value will be deleted if you use lsd.pop. Let's just say I want to delete 0, so there will be no 1 because I popped the 0 number index, which is 1. So this is the sample functions of lists in Python. Now one more thing is the how about I say lsd is equal to list. Now I want to print all the values containing in this list. You can do it by for I in range as our for loop as well. I'll say for I in range length. Now len will do is I forgot to show you length. Length will do is length is a function which represents the length of the list value. Like let me see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length of LSD will be 5. So I'll print i's will be LSD's I number position. If I run this program, it will print all the values containing here. Because let's just debug what happened here. So I'm step into it, it's 0. And when you know LSD 0 number position is 1. It printed out 1. And then we got 2, printed out 2, 3, and when it hits the length of the LSD, the program breaks and all the values are printed. Now there's a lot of simple ways. The best way to do this is using for each. I know you have listened about for each before because I've told you multiple times that I'm going to teach you for each whenever I told you about list. Let's just say I want to print all the values using for each. How am I supposed to do that? So instead of changing the variable to a range, I'm going to change it to a list. So by using a range function, this variable I will be continuously changing with range 1 to, I don't know, something. But using for I and LSD, the variable I will be changed with 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. Let's do this. And using for each, you can get all the values from a list inside these variables simultaneously. And simply. So this is the best way to do this program. Now there is some functions is used to combine strings with list. This is a really powerful thing that you must learn. It's used to solve bigger algorithms. Suppose you have a string. You have a string. Well, the value of the data is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you want to split this string to half, and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be the values in the list. How are you supposed to do that? So it's simple by creating lst is equal to string dot split function. Now split function takes a parameter, but if you don't specify one, it will by default space. So if I run this program right now, as you can see, the values of these things are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now why is it string? Because it's the type of this is also string. Now I have to convert this values to number. How am I supposed to do that? Let's just make a blank LSD. And you can also use for each in string, which I'm going to show you a little bit later in this video. For I in string dot split So I get the each strings, and I'm gonna append it using typecasting the string to integer and print it. As you can see, it's all a number as our integer in converted to integer, as you can see. And you can also for each string as well. I forgot to tell you that a string is equal to double quote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what if you want to get the number 1? This character you want to preview. What you're gonna do is print string 0 number index. With 0 number index is the first character, and it's 1. Now let's see, we're gonna print 1, 2, 4. As you know, it's 2, 3, 4. Now I'll say 4. Wait a second. For I in string. Sorry, my keyboard is a bit laggy right now. Okay, so now using for I in string, it will get the each character in the string. Now if I run this program, see, you can also use for each on string as well. So, and there's also some functions for string, which I'm going to show you later in this course. So thanks for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video where we talk more about Python.